Hello, here I'm going to show in my subjective uh, appreciation a few examples of guitar playing that I prefer to the alleged number one uh, prog guitar god, uh, Allan Holdsworth. And of course, uh, I believe in realism. Actually, I spent a lot of time writing why realism is a superior um, philosophy of science to subjectivism in all its forms, even empiricism, subjectivism, which is what messed up, for example, quantum mechanics in the ideas of Berkeley originally, and definitely postmodernism and its constructivist um, out uh, following or contemporary, basically all the philosophies of science that believe that we create the world with our own perception rather than uh, the statement that there is a world outside of our mind, perception, and knowledge, separate from us, that we can know, uh, even if partially, and correcting it continuously with the help of the scientific method. That doesn't mean that, or better than scientific method, science, because science is more than method. That's one of the mistakes of the current philosophy of science. It's a key component, but not the only one. So, but when it comes to art, subjectivity appears, and Andy mistakes the aesthetic rules of his own culture with realism. He has so little experience of the world outside the UK that he takes, for example, the aesthetics of the dominant UK and its offshoots, North America, Australia, and the rest of Europe that have been adopted by other cultures as realism and giving little room for subjectivity. And of course, if you conquer, dominate the world, you not only appropriate their goods and labor, but you're going to sell them your culture. And then it appears that objectively, for example, the ultimate expression of art in music is the European classical music. But I'm telling you, this is going to change because even if music may be an art that's almost dying, uh, no new movements appear. It could be that from other civilizations, India, China, something new appears that's different aesthetically from the rules of the European classical music. Um, of course, jazz was uh, the greatest challenge to the European aesthetic, even if it incorporated partially, but at the same time, it has been also absorbed by the dominant world of Europe and its former colonies that are majoritarily European. But it doesn't mean that art is not subjective, as literature or painting or new forms of art, such as photography or the visual arts that are open through uh, the internet and its seemingly untapped infinite possibilities, or poetry. And so, that being said, that art is fundamental subjective, because there are, as I mentioned in other videos, uh, very few universals that all genres of cultures have in their music. It gives a huge room to subjectivity. So the realm of objectivity is that of science as a way of knowing. So that being said, I don't claim that these are in any way objectively superior to Allan Holdsworth. It's just an example of players that are considered in the same range by many, even those that love Allan Holdsworth, that could be preferred to him. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone, even those who love Andy, would find some merit this time with anti-Andy. Of course, I would not call it anti-Andy if Andy didn't represent in some way a lot of the beliefs and attitudes that I usually criticize. Music being a very small part. In fact, I concur with him a lot. We belong to the same culture, same continent, a country that looked up culturally to England uh, for, I would say, now centuries in many aspects. So that is not so surprising that there is this agreement in many aspects of music. I don't know if other arts, but definitely when it comes to geopolitics, uh, inequalities, economic, political, cultural, specific to um, uh, the imperialism and patriarchal societies regarding race, gender. and other forms of discrimination, ageism, ableism, uh, other forms related to, say, sexual orientation and so on. I totally disagree. For example, one thing he said today, a man is a man and a woman is a woman. I mean, what can you do with that? I mean, it's almost impossible to debate. You have to make a clear statement with clear constructs to be able to uh, debate. When you get to that level, it's almost impossible. So, anyway, I hope that you enjoy the links that I'll will provide, and that's it. Thank you for listening.